Hello, my name is Kari and this is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're not in my design studio. It is a snowy Saturday morning. Can you see the snow outside? So I woke up this morning, blizzard's taken over. It's March 12th. It was 60 degrees yesterday, but I've got 3 inches of snow already on the ground. It's gonna snow all day, so I decided it was a perfect time to just bring all my stuff up from the studio, put it on the kitchen table, and bring you all along while I'm doing a little Hank turned into Floss Drops. So let me show you what we're doing. It'll be a real quick tutorial. So if you ever get Hank's, so Mo's Silk, I've talked about her oodles of times on my channel. So I get her Hank's because they're great. It's a great deal and it's beautiful silk stitching. But it's 100 yards in this cute little presentation, and I have to turn it into something that's usable and doesn't turn into a hot mess once I open up the cute little package. So I came up with this adorable way to do it using things hopefully you have around your house. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm gonna do. All right, so I have all the pieces that I'm gonna need to do my little Hank management here on the kitchen table flipped around. So let me just show you some of the things that we're using. Obviously, you need your Hank of Floss, whether it's silk, cotton, whatever you've got. This is 100 yards of the Mo's Silk Floss that I get. I will link her Facebook group down below. I've also got my handy dandy half punch circle hole punch I got from Amazon. I will link below. This is just a standard, regular filler paper size hole punch. I use that for the top to go in the binder. What I'm using, so Floss Drops. If you are part of the Floss Drop crazy craze, that's awesome. You probably have more than you need, or business cards, or cut up a greeting card, lots of options. What I found is this deck of Vegas playing cards that was missing a card or two, and they're the perfect consistency and weight for Floss Drops. So because I'm turning 100 yards into 2 or 3 skeins, I went ahead and I put 2 holes on it. So let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, and then I've got my Avery labels just so I can write them, so I don't have to write on the cards because they'll peel right up later, so I can reuse them. And a Sharpie, that's it. And then scissors and my yardstick. Okay, for real, that's what I've got. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the Hank, and this is one of those things, every Hank is a little different, so obviously this is how Mo's does hers, is it's folded in half, and then it's folded in half again. And so what you're gonna do, so you can see it measures, you can't see, but I'm gonna tell you, it measures about 26 inches and it's looped. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna find, Mo has ties, and you can see right here. So she ties one end and then the other end. So I've got 2 tied ends. So it's not a hot mess yet. Let's see if we can keep it that way. So I've got it opened up, looped up in with the ends on either side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissors, and this is where, once you start, you can't go back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those ties off. And then I'm gonna cut the tie off on this side. And now we are good. So the next thing I'm going to do, so obviously, let me just tell you, so this is a little bit of math. You can do it 2 different ways. It depends on how long you want your floss drops to be. Now these ones I did I just took the loop and cut it in half right here at 26. So that means I'm going to use these if you are a loop start method, meaning, so the floss is gonna be 26 inches. If you loop start it, because you're using 2 strands with a loop start, that means you're gonna have a nice 13-inch length. That is perfect. For silk, you don't want it to be too long. My normal go-to is 18 inches. I don't loop start for most of my things, but 18 inches with cotton, it won't matter. But if you're using silk, you kind of don't want, silk is a little more delicate, a little more fragile. You don't want to pull it through those holes so many times. It kind of starts to wear on it a little bit. So I want it to be a little bit shorter this time. So this is, if you wanted loop start and you want 13 inches, you're going to go ahead and cut here and cut at the 26 mark and then move on. Or if you want them a little shorter, and so I am going to go with my normal 17. So what this is, so if it's 26 inches, that's going to give me 52 inches in length. So that's approximately a 17-inch start. So I cut one end, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to cut right at the 17 mark. All right, and then I'm going to move this just a little bit, move this out of the way, bring this back. I'm going to cut it again at the 17 mark. And then if my math works out, I've got another 17-ish mark. It's a little longer. That's because it's actually 17.3. So I should have gone a little bit over the 17, but no harm, no foul. I am going to pull out this short little straggler. It was part of the tie. So now I've got 3 different separate sections. And so they're about, if it's 100 yards, and I just cut 3 sections, I have about 33 yards per section. And I'm gonna wanna put that on 3 different floss drops. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my punch card. I'm going to line up the edge right here next to it here. I'm gonna line up the edge on the right side. That's going to give me 2 holes centered right there. Put my little binder ring circle at the top. And then I'm going to take this 1/3 and just divide it in half. It's not rocket science. It doesn't have to be exact. This is just for your storage. So I'm going to put that, loop it in there, and it's going to be easy peasy. So I do a nice like slip knot, loop knot, and that's what I'm gonna do. So let me go ahead and pause the video, bring on time lapse, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay, everyone, it was just that easy. So I turned this Hank of 100 yards of silk floss, and now it's ready and usable on 3 different playing cards that I have put my hole punches in. I've got 17-inch length strands, about 33 yards on each card. So now it's ready to hang on my floss wall for me to pull and kit up with the project next time. I hope this was helpful. If it was, I would love for you to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.